officials said that the coronavirus was serious.
The city of Los Angeles is issuing a stay-at-home order. No public and private gatherings will be allowed.
This is what my homeschool looks like. It's just scary when someone so close to home has tested positive.
Miss you. I miss you too, Peggy.
This is an act of love for the city that we love.
When you go out and you see the empty streets, the empty stadiums, the empty train platforms, don't say to yourself, this looks like the end of the world. What you're seeing is love in action. What you're seeing in that negative space is how much we do care for each other. For our grandparents, our parents, our brothers and sisters, for the people we will never even meet. People will lose jobs over this, some will lose their businesses and their dreams, and some will lose their lives. All the more reason to take a moment when you're out on your walk, or on your way to the store, or just watching the news, to look into the emptiness and marvel at all that love. Let it fill you and sustain you. It isn't the end of the world. It's the most remarkable act of global solidarity we may ever witness.
Our ancestors got out of the way of the saber-toothed tiger, and they were the ones that survived the plague or whatever, and they knew how to do it. And then that was passed on as not just information, but epigenetically in the survival mechanisms of your body and of your community. And we know how to do this as a collective. We're part of life, and so is the virus. We're in this dance, and we know how to dance with the difficulties and move through. The suffering is not the end of the story. The epidemic is. There's an end to the story that's better, but we have to go through. The neighbor who runs that little bodega or that little store on the corner and might lose their livelihood, and feel that we can hold all these with confident compassion in our heart for those who are vulnerable and suffering, and all of us are in this together. And when I do, then instead of trying to fix something I can't, because things are uncertain, trying to manage it and control it as the dad who's going to fix things. I can't do that. What I can do is hold it with compassion, and then I can respond. I can call her, I can do what Teresa said when you sit next to your wife. You're not trying to fix it, you say, yeah, we're in this, we hear you. And also that she feels that you're steady and you can go, we all can go through this together.
I think I must be the worst person on earth. And I feel like I'm not being supportive enough. And I feel like any attempt I'm making to sort of comfort Aaron is just, I can't, it's belly flop after belly flop. I'm either mansplaining some crap, I'm acting like a virologist or something. I don't understand anything about anything. I don't know what a virus is, to be really honest. If you put a virus and 4 other things under a microscope, I don't know if I would be able to identify it, except you see the picture of the coronavirus. It's cute, but I wouldn't be able to, no. But then I'm doing the thing where she's expressing, profound sadness, new mom, beautiful child, and I'm trying to fix it, or like saying like a Hakuna Matata Disney bullshit, or and I feel completely out of my depth. And so what?
Do you ever just hold her hand? Do you ever just sit with her and hug her? Would she let you, or is she upset with you? Do you know what I mean? Instead of feeling that you have to fix it, which I think is sort of a species wired in male response, which is very, very helpful in lots of situations, but not this one, not when he's emotionally distressed. Most people really want Duncan, most women, I'm speaking, of course, this goes across genders, but just as generalization, I want somebody to just be with me in it, to be willing to feel my grief with me, to not have to fix it, and the steadiness of that kind of loving presence in itself is healing, if nothing even is said. It's like the same thing of being with somebody who's sick or dying. They don't really want you to talk to them about your ideas of the afterlife or your prayers, whatever those might be. Sometimes maybe they want that, but usually what people want is to feel there is somebody who is willing to be with them in the face of something hard and scary. And new mom, gorgeous young child facing a future that is so unknown right now. And what do we humans do when we don't know? We fill in the blanks with our fears. I mean, that's a survival mechanism. It's nobody's fault. So I think just that willingness to enter into whatever, no matter how dystopian the fantasy might be that she's in the grip of, because it's scary, the willingness to just put an arm around her and say, yeah, I get it. And then the teaching, of course, this is where the teaching of impermanence is not just terrifying because we're going to die and that's our, human birthright is our mortality.
Yes.
But it's also that if we're willing to be with a feeling, it does not stay. It can't, even if we wanted it to. It does not stay. It changes. It doesn't always change into bliss, but it changes. And so that's something else. I think what Jack was talking about was not sort of fighting with reality. This is our reality right now. And right now is the only time we actually have. That's the only time it's actually real. But what's actually real is that we're alive and we're not sick and we have love in our lives. And what's real, what we're being offered by life in this particular moment, if we don't fast forward into the future at all, is not all bad. And it's not all scary. And so to be able to redirect the attention and open our hearts to the beauty that's being offered, not to be in denial or try to paste a smiley face on scary stuff, but just to see the more holistic, whole, integrated picture of what life actually is, as opposed to our thoughts about it. Like you said, what's beyond the breath? Give me something that's, beyond the breath. Like the breath can't hold a candle to my crazy thinking, right?
Yes.
But the breath is actually more real than that crazy thinking. And when we're willing to actually feel it and get into it and receive it and wait for a minute, the emotion we're caught in will relax. It will relax.
That is so cool.